Yo, we got a new feud brewing right now. Michael Darby is also responding to those rumors and with that photo that came out last week. And we got some huge news about Miss Candiace Dillard Bassett. Let's go. What's going on, Sky Squad? We are back in the building. Listen, so we're going to get to our recap in another video, but there was so much news. And then the recap, I just didn't want to create an extra long video for you guys to watch. And then I wanted to be able to give you guys the news and then also give you the recap separately. So we're going to get into some news regarding Real Housewives of Potomac right now. And then in a little bit, we're going to do our video for our recap, and we're going to do it live, so you can't miss that. Let's go ahead and dive right on in. We got some huge news coming from Miss Candiace Dillard Bassett, and I want you guys to take a look at this. What do we have here? It looks like the track list to her album, okay? It looks like it may be a self-titled album from the looks of it, but I'm not necessarily sure. But we have here a track list. Now, this is noteworthy because I think in my last recap, I said I really hope that Candiace takes the time to do an actual album project. And we're going to talk a little bit about, how she ended up on E1 Nashville, because as you guys will notice, that looks to be the record label down below. We'll talk about how she ended up with them. I don't know the details about it, but she does address in the episode that she was going to sign to Chucky Thompson's label, but that didn't work out. So now she's with E1. And again, I had said in my recap, I said, I hope Candiace goes through with this music thing and creates an album. I was thinking that they were going to just push Drive Back, the single, for this season, and then the next year have the album done. But it looks like your girl has been doing the work, and I'm not mad at it at all. From the looks of it, what we have here is, though, the date appears to be September the 24th of 2021. So the album looks to be coming sooner rather than later, okay? We have here a track list, songs like Let Them Talk, Cause a Scene, Hands in the Air, Is It Enough, Show Me, Lewd Behavior, Situationship, Benefits, Do It, Love Notes, I'm Gone, Drive Back, Stay With Me, featuring Tracy Braxton. So that's going to be dope to have a feature on the album like that. Insomnia, Interlude, and then Win at the End. Okay. I'm just going to say it. I'm actually excited about it because, it's rare that you see, someone come on to these shows and actually complete an album project. I think that is huge. It's huge. So, I'm going to definitely check it out. I feel like, why not? Like, let's support it. I'm always about supporting independent artists. I think that's really, really important, especially if you are a fan of the show. And let's see what it's given. I hope she's giving some up-tempos or something like that as well, because, we like a good up-tempo around here. You know what I'm saying? Don't just give us all mid-tempos. Give us some up-tempos. Help, let us dance. We want to dance, right? You know what I'm saying? The world has been crazy, so it would be nice to be able to shake a little tail feather, to this music. So that's what's going on with Miss Candiace Dillard Bassett. Now I want to move on over to Michael Darby, okay? Now, last night, Michael Darby was on Watch What Happens Live. I don't know if you guys happen to see that or not. But if you did happen to see it, you will know that, listen, Andy Cohen did not hold back when it came to asking questions of Michael and Ashley Darby. And he was asking the real deal questions, okay? So one of the things that was addressed was that last week, I believe it was, that Michael Darby had been photographed out with some blonde chick. And so the rumors had hit the street that Michael was up to his old shenanigans yet again. Well, you know, Andy had to ask the questions, and I was actually excited about it because he did not hesitate to ask. Michael says that the photo with the blonde, he was just out having a good time, and fans are always going to take photos. Andy asks Ashley if Michael can be trusted to go out, and Ashley says that yes, she feels like she can trust him. And then Andy asked the question about, a viewer asked why Ashley was catering to Michael's sex drive when she's the one who's pregnant, and he should be catering to her while she's pregnant. Now, she kind of danced around this answer, but it was a good point that the viewer asked. It was a really good point. So clearly, Michael and Ashley have talked about this photo with this blonde lady, and it was just Michael out being Michael, having conversations, you know, allegedly. So that's that. The question also comes up about whether or not Juan will ask Robin will really marry Robin. And so Michael says, well, why would he? He's already married her once. Ashley says she does believe that they will actually get married. And when it comes down to whether or not they have had, how many threesomes they have had, Ashley said 2, and Michael has said more than 1, but less than 100. Okay. So listen, ain't nothing wrong with a little freaky deaky if y'all want to be freaky deaky. I mean, let's get into it. Let's get into it. But the thing that we need to get into is this new beef that's a brewing between Mia and ASKALE. Now, ASKALE Davis is the friend to the housewives on the Real Housewives of Potomac. And I really honestly feel like the producers have set her up for failure. Let me tell you why. At least in this beginning part, especially with this episode from last night. Because what we'll talk about in the recap is, you know, ASKALE has some things to say about Mia last night, basically saying that there was a lot of delusion going on once Giselle and Robin confronted Mia at Candiace's pajama jammy jam about the text message that Mia had sent to Giselle and Robin after they had invited her out. So when Mia walked in, she is forced to confront the situation because Karen brings it up. And so in response to what Mia was saying, ASKALE basically said, I can't hold my tongue any longer. Okay. There's a whole lot of delusion going on here. So really, I feel like the producers set her up because it's kind of like, it would be different if, you know, maybe Wendy said it, because Wendy has had more of an interaction with Mia and it hasn't been a pleasant one. Or even if it may have been Candiace, because Candiace has been part of the group for longer. But we don't really know ASKALE that well yet for us to really care about her holding her tongue or not. And that's not a knock to ASKALE. It's really just stating that the producers haven't given us the opportunity to really get to know her. And I feel like she has a story. I want to hear her story. I want to hear more about her so that when she does make these comments, we understand where she's coming from outside of the fact that she is Robin's friend. Okay. So anyway, she had what she said in the episode, and we'll talk about it in the recap. But basically, she tweeted this last night. She said, let's not confuse direct with rude. That was very rude, because Mia was explaining to the group that sometimes she is just overly direct with what she's saying. So ASKALE basically tweeted, said, let's not confuse direct with rude. That was very rude. So Mia chimed in and replied to ASKALE's comment and said, nice try, friend. Quotation marks, basically indicating you're a friend of the show. She says, you were driving on the wrong side. I didn't get to where I am today by being, quote, delusional, because that's what ASKALE called her in the scene. She says, next season, roll with the real bosses. You'll get more screen time. No shade. Ooh. I mean, okay. Listen. Sometimes it's best to just, stay out of certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, you never know what they got up in their sleeve and in their arsenal for their clapbacks, okay? But Mia wasn't done just yet. She said, you know, I thought about it. Sis, you're going to tell me you own several businesses, but you have time to box some $20 hats? Now who's delusional? Okay, I'm done. Ooh. Basically, you know, in the episode, Mia asked, you know, ASKALE, how many businesses does she run? And, you know, ASKALE said several. So this is obviously Mia's response to that. And she's talking about boxing Robin's $20 hats. I don't know how much those hats are that Robin, I keep saying I'll buy one. Let me go. I need to do that. I need to buy the hat. Anyway, but that wasn't all. So let's get all the way into it because ASKALE responded back. And she came back with a nice little classy clapback. Okay. First of all, shout out to the Bravo Shade Room for capturing that first set of tweets. I wanted to make sure that I give them credit and let you guys know where it was from and also thank them for it. And then we have this from Reality Chat, who captured ASKALE saying, I was raised to treat the janitor with the same respect as the CEO. I'm going to take the high route. Love y'all. Good night. Loves. Hashtag Real Housewives of RHOP. I kind of like that she didn't try to go back and forth because sometimes, listen, you could go back and forth with somebody and they gonna have time that day. You know what I'm saying? So I think that she did the right thing in this instance and just went ahead and bowed out because Mia had been already, you know, kind of came in and did the doggone thing with her clapback. But I also kind of like ASKALE's clapback as well, you know, and yeah, we'll see how things continue to progress between the two of them. Be sure to catch my recap of Real Housewives of Potomac. We're going to be doing that about 11:30. If you're watching this later, the recap will already be out. So be sure to tune in for that as well. Let me know what you guys think about this new beef that's brewing in Potomac, because this is getting crazy. With that being said, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell button, and I will catch you in the next video.